Alright, hello everybody, this is the SC4D cast number 4, and we are starting off with the red Terran Mesmerize facing off against the blue Protoss Nola. If I remember correctly, the video submitter is Mesmerize the red Terran. Yes, that is correct. And let us speed this game up to get through the startings. One thing I want to point out actually early off the start, he's getting his 9th, the 10th guy making should have gone and get the wall in right away. He waited a bit long, could have done a bit sooner. It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it leaves you for better macro saving abilities in the next couple minutes. Either way, not a huge deal, but what I see a lot in these low level games is players not starting off their builder right away, waiting for getting SCVs off the start when they should be building their units right away, their supply depot right away, barracks right after, 12 barracks, soon to get the gas for a standard Terran opening. And we will check over the standard Protoss gateway. Guys said neither getting gas. I'm going to speed this up. 17 minutes. Should be saying the time. I did not say the time. Never mind. Both players searching. Neither finding out. Why am I lagging? Brilliant lag so far. We've got gas going down for Terran. Another gas going down for Nola. Chronoing out those probes one by one. That's very important. Let's check the harvesters. 20 harvesters for blue. That's a lot more minerals, as you can see. His resource tab much 200 higher. Less gas, but not about equal gas. But 200 higher than the Mesmerize the Terran. Getting his tech lab. There's so much to talk about. One thing, teching up. A lot of low-level players do not tech up. Going with the 3 racks play here. Oh, look at some action off the start. He pushes with 3 Marines and now knows. Let me back this up for a second. I'm gonna fast forward the push. Notice the Zealots over here attacking the rock. A good play. He wants to get an early expand. That's very good. Except watch what happens when they start to push in. The Marines start to push in. His Zealots are still over there attacking. He needs to bring those much quicker. There's about a 20-second delay. Should have brought them over much quicker. He lost a cannon and a pylon in that. A lot of mineral wasted there. Easily defended off by the Zealots. Cannon going down. Now, you don't usually see a lot of great players putting up a forge this early. It can be handy in the lower levels if you're going to upgrade. Cannons, though, are not always the best economic decision off the start. You want to build up your army. You want to be able to harass. I wouldn't recommend putting up cannons right away, and they're more of a mineral line thing, so they can defend against early banshees or mutalisks. The only way you're going to know about these is scouting. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, scouting constantly. As you can see, 3 barracks has been nothing producing out of these bases. Very low on minerals. He's building up a wall. He's building up a large wall. It's sort of an unnecessary wall. You're just going to lose all of your supply depots there. Not necessary. And he just does not have a force to go with everything he's been making. Whereas blue has a substantially higher force. He could have even more if he didn't buy these 2 photo cams. Getting out the observer fast. One thing a lot of low players Protoss do not do, and Terran like that, is scan and get out the early probe and the early observer. That's the first thing you want to do when you get this robotics facility. You want to have a viewpoint of their base. You want to sacrifice some mules to scan to see what they're doing. because the only way to counter what they're doing is to know what they're doing. And it looks like we're going to have an early harassment here by the blue, and he's got the right idea, except he's at a very disadvantage because of this wall. And look, a scouting Reaper, never a bad idea. I personally am not a huge Reaper Rush fan. I'm not very good with it, but if you're good at transitioning, it's a very effective means. And he's going to try and harass with this. APM, decent APMs for this. This is a silver match, by the way. So decent APMs there. I'm gonna keep on. Look at the harvester difference, 31 to 22. Not a whole lot of difference in the income, but that's because he's got a wasted nexus here that needs to be building. Here comes the Reaper harass. Easily stopped by the Stalkers. You gotta be careful with your Reapers, because if they're seen going into the base, they're not gonna do much. This is not the best. I forget what map this is even called. Wow, what is this map called? I don't even know. This map, I will facepalm when I see it, but it's not a very good Reaper harassment map, especially when they have a nexus here without any mineral probes. I was just unlucky. It can be a good sneak into the other base, but usually they'll notice in time. Small distance to travel. Not the best for Reaper rushes. Now this is where the Terran player should be thinking about a harass. He's building up, he's teching up. Very good. He's got the income. Resources. They're both spending their minerals. That's very good. If he attacked, if he's able to draw this out, he might be able to beat it. If he has Stim, he has both upgrades, so doing very well. Looks like he's going to get a medvacs here. No expo yet. Has the resources, but not pulling it out yet. Very good expo over here by blue. Going heavy Stargates, gateway. Getting out the void rays. The one problem I see with this play by blue is that he sees what red has. He sees this large MM ball, but he does not have the forces to beat it. He has 6 stalkers versus 10 marauders, and a bunch of marines to take out 3. And if he doesn't micro him right, he'll lose the cannons and